talk to me about bow hunting, because it's something very different than hunting with a rifle. Why is that something that's really important to you, and how is it different? How do you explain that to people?
Um, well, I think rifle hunting is a good, I guess, introduction to hunting. It's longer range, so you can shoot further. You don't have to be like in bow hunting. You're in the red zone of these animals, which are built to survive, as we talked about, and you have to be very close with the rifle. You have extended distance where you can shoot and get a lethal kill on that animal. So it's a little, I don't want to say easier, but it's a different set of challenges. Bow hunting is a very high set of challenge. Um, why I like bow hunting is because of that challenge, because of that test, because I have to be at my best if I'm going to make that happen. And it's very difficult. And the way I look at it, I've killed a lot of animals. I've been on a lot of rifle hunts too. I don't rifle hunt myself. I haven't rifle hunted since, I guess, 1989. But I've had my kids out. I've had father-in-law, family, friends. I take them out and they rifle hunt. The biggest difference for me is that I like that connection with that animal. I like being close. I like seeing that animal more, the interact. It's just, I don't know, it's just more of an intimate setting. And the way I look at it is rifle hunters, when you shoot a rifle, it's a big report of the rifle. It's loud. Every animal knows what happened, knows that there's a big sound that's obviously startling. A rifle will kill by shock and damage, broken bones, torn up muscle. It's a shock type kill. Whereas archery, I've killed bulls. I come back, pull my bow back, release an arrow. The arrow will go through the animal. And these are big animals, 800-pound bull elk that fight, jab each other with antlers. I've had them where they didn't know what happened. They didn't hear anything because the bow's quiet. They're used to being jabbed, so they felt something. They may have thought a bull snuck up and hit them with an antler in the side, but they don't really know what happened. And they'll, run off, look around, and then because they're bleeding, because an arrow will kill by hemorrhage and blood loss, you got a razor sharp broadhead on there. So the arrow will go completely through the animal, cause this hemorrhage, but it won't be loud. If I do it right, they'll never know I'm there. The arrow will go through, blood loss happens, blood pressure drops, and dies in seconds, never really knowing what happened. To me, that's what I call an honorable death that the animal deserves. These bull elk that I hunt, I want them to be more than 10 years old, which is a long time in the mountains. And if they've lived 10 years and I can release a perfect arrow and kill them and they don't, I feel like as far as in the wild, it's about as beautiful death as you're going to get, because if it's not by a hunter, it's by a predator. It's by getting too old and weak to find food and starving, or if they can't run because again, they're too old and weak, then the predator basically eats them alive. And a wolf or a bear will start eating generally from the hindquarters, start eating their butt or tearing out their guts because it's soft there on their stomach. Definitely not. I mean, you can imagine that'd be about the worst way to go, right? So a perfectly placed arrow to me is the best option for that animal at that age that's served its purpose. It's not going to get any better in its life. Life isn't going to get any easier. And so when I look at it, that's what I think about as a bow hunter. If I do it right, I'm offering that animal a merciful death. And that's what draws me to bow hunting, just being respectful, honorable, and hunting these animals in a way that I can honor their life, I guess.
It's a beautiful thing. And I think it's important for people to realize there are other options for dying, and they're really not pretty. I know we watch those
Mhm.
National Geographic things where they're off galloping in the forest, but they don't show, like you said,
Yeah,
death by eating or starvation or all these other horrible ways to go. And that's the way they're all going otherwise,
yeah,
right?
that's it. I
Um,
mean, you can look at, there's an Instagram page, Nature is Metal, I think. And I mean, I don't like watching those animals suffer. I mean, but the wild is brutal. It is brutal and unforgiving. And animals have no compassion. I mean, the only predator that has compassion is humans. We're the only ones that care. An animal, that they'll stand there, and I've seen videos of impala standing on all fours, and I can't remember if it's wild dogs or hyenas, but tearing out their guts. They're not dead, but their guts are strewn out on the ground, and those animals are eating them, and the impala is just standing there. And it's like, I couldn't imagine. I mean, it couldn't get any worse. So it's death is never easy. I mean, it's never easy. I don't care. You know, we can talk about humans, animals, whatever. Everybody thinks they're going to live forever. Everybody thinks everybody they care about and love is going to live forever. It's just not going to happen. I mean, life and death is beautiful and brutal and sad and hard and happy and rewarding. It's all of it. But we can't just pretend that the bad things never happen, that death never happens. So if we can accept death, and we know for us to survive, animals are going to die. And if we can say, okay, that's going to happen for me to survive, there's going to be animals die. How can I play a part in this? How can I own this, so to speak, and honor life, or honor death just like I honor life? And so I think that's just a good perspective to have.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
This course has been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.